Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Debbie. If you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Click that button down below and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Also, please don't forget to click that bell and turn on your post notifications so you can get notified of any future videos. Alright you guys, so today is the first video I am filming. Well, first makeup video I am filming with my new camera. If you guys saw my last vlog, you guys already know what happened with my last camera. So hopefully the settings that I have going on right now are working well and the video isn't going to come out bad. So if you guys do see this video up, that means it was a go. If you don't, then you don't even know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I'm really excited to see how this is going to turn out. So also let you know right now, I am not really sure about the microphone. I did order a cable to attach the microphone that I was using for my Canon G7 Mark III, but the one I ordered was not compatible to this camera, so I had to return that and order a different one. So hopefully when that one comes in, it matches perfectly and I can attach the camera, the microphone, and the sound quality will be better. But then again, I don't know what this is going to sound like because I feel like vlogging and filming a makeup video is completely different. So yeah, let's jump in. So for today's video, I did share with you in the vlog that I did order new makeup, and here it is, you guys. I'm going to be sharing the makeup that I purchased and try everything out and see how I like it and let you know how it works out for me. So let's jump in. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some clips and clip my hair back. You guys always know I can't have my hair in my face. It's just super annoying. It gets in the way and I just need it out of the way. So that's the first step. Now for the first product that I'm going to share with you guys is the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil, the Ultra Fine Tip. I picked mine up in the shade 4.5 Neutral Deep Brown, and I don't know what the name of the other one is, but I did try the more angular one. It was not as fine of a tip, but it was more angled and I feel like a little bit more thicker. So I wasn't a fan of that, but I do like the the consistency of it. Okay, so I do like that. This is supposed to okay, so it says shapeless brows, natural looking definition, hair-like strokes, 12-hour wear, waterproof, which is absolutely one of the best things you can ask for on a brow pencil. So I normally go, oh, this is so pretty. Look at this, guys. I love it, love it, love it. Love new products, you guys. Alright, so one end comes with a spoolie. Of course, you know, we can't not have a spoolie, and then the other side has the product. Alright, so let's see, shade 4.5. Alright, there you go. There you have it. 4.5. Boom. Alright, so what was I saying before? Can't remember. Alright, well, obviously it wasn't important. We're just gonna jump right into the brows. Alright, so I decided to zoom you guys in a little bit more. So I'm just going to brush my brows out and also comb like this little hairs out of the way. Just brush my brows. By the way, I just waxed my brows for the first time in like literally maybe 10 years. Usually I just pluck them and clean them up, but this time I ended up waxing them, and you guys, I just absolutely love the way they look. Just so much cleaner, less, you know, bushier, I guess, up here. I don't know. It just looks so much better. And I did it at home. I did it myself. If you guys want to see something like that in a video, let me know. I'll do that for you now that I figured it out. But really quick and easy. Okay, so I'm grabbing the brush after brushing it, and I usually like to start right here. Ooh, the color is perfect for my brows. The one thing that I don't like about picking the shade of a brow product is I don't like it to be too dark for me, because then my brows just look super duper harsh. So the one I usually use is the Anastasia one. And that one is in the shade Soft Brown because I feel like the other shade that I used before, I think it was like Brunette or Chocolate or something like that, were super duper dark. This looks actually pretty good. Pretty impressed so far. So just gonna stroke it up a little bit. Got a little bit of a interesting brow here. My brows are super weird, you guys. I don't know, like I'll just go like this, you see, and that's where I mess it up. And then what I'll do is I'll just grab my finger and I'll clean it up like that, and then just brush. But I don't hate it. I actually really like this, you see. It doesn't look too harsh in my opinion. Okay, so that's that. What I'm gonna do now, I feel like it's gonna take a long time because I usually take a long time with my brows, but I wanted you guys to see what it looked like. So this is what it looks like. I do feel like I just need to clean it up a little bit so it doesn't look super duper intense right here on the inner part of the brow, and then we're good to go. Put a little brow what is it, brow gel on the brow, and we're good to go. So I'll be right back. I'm going to do the other brow and then we'll continue on to the next product. Alright you guys, so I finished my brows. I love the way they turned out. I did go in with some concealer. I did use the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Medium to clean them up. I did use this brush right here from the Morphe and Ariel collection. I used that, and to set the brows, I did go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. This is one of my favorites. It's really, really good. And I didn't mention this, but I did get this as well. This is the e.l.f. Brow Lift Applicator. This is what it looks like. I will be using this in, not today's video, obviously, because I just finished my brows, but I will be using it in a different video because I feel like this would go really well with the Brow Freeze from Anastasia, because this e.l.f. applicator has this part right here that's supposed to just kind of like push down the brows, and you know, I have to definitely test that out. So when my skin is dry, I like to go in with the Embroilisse, which is this one right here. This one is really good for when your skin is super duper dry and you don't really have something as thick as this. I feel like this is going to be a very good base, and you don't need a primer when you use this. So that's the best thing about this. Like, this is a primer on its own. So look at that. It just literally just hydrates your skin so good, and we're ready to go. I mean, the one thing that bothers me is that my nose is super duper dry in this area. Not as much over here anymore, but more so like around the nostrils, which is so annoying. And I'm really excited to try out this new foundation, you guys. I've seen this one. I've had this in my save for later cart, and I finally was scrolling through it, and I decided to add this to the cart and purchase it. So this right here is the NYX Total Control Pro Drop Foundation. This right here I got in the shade Beige, and we're gonna test her out today. I also have new brushes. I saw this on TikTok. So these are the brushes that I've ordered, and I also ordered little mini sponges because these sponges I like to use for underneath the eye. But talking about these brushes right here, I own every single one of these, and I didn't realize when I was purchasing them. So when I got it and I saw it, I was like, okay, I have the blush brush, I have this brush right here, which is really good to apply like concealer all through the brows, or like a base on the brows, whatever it is that you're using. And then this one right here is a setting brush, which I like to use for underneath the eye, little areas like around the brows, on the lid when I'm setting it, things like that. Very multi-purpose brush. And then this brush is the one that I'm talking about. So this one right here, the 200 brush. This is the Expert Face Firm Bristle Buff Liquid or Cream Foundation for a glowing flawless finish. So alright, let's jump into this, you guys. Let me open her up. I literally just almost lost the nail just now trying to open that. Let's remove this little rubber thing, which actually is kind of satisfying to play with, so I'm gonna hold that for later. Okay, so this is what the brush looks like. It is the number 200, and that is what it looks like. Like I said, when I saw this on TikTok, I was like, I don't need brushes, but I'm willing to try it, so here we are. All right, so for this foundation, I don't know if this is going to be a perfect match for me. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm hoping so, but this looks a little more on the yellow side, so I might have to mix this. So let's try her out. I'm so nervous. So it comes in a dropper. I just hope I don't get this on my clothes. All right, so it didn't drop anything. Oh, okay. We're gonna stay with that, and I'm gonna go in with the brush. Okay, so as you can see, this is more on the yellow side, but maybe it'll change a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. So I did shake it, and okay, so it did change a little bit. I feel like it looks a little dry. It feels very, I feel like this is not meant to be applied with a brush. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I feel like it's a little bit on the dry side because my skin is dry. So I'm not really feeling it right now. Alright, so the one thing that I can say is that I have no comparison to this foundation because this foundation is super duper light. I've never felt such a light foundation like this before. I don't know what's in it. I haven't really looked at it, but this right here, it says it's our drop foundation, has it all, lasting, lightweight, very lightweight. That lightweight is just like not even the word. This is like air, you know, like, but with like a liquid consistency. Like I can't, you have to try it to know what I'm saying. But anyway, it says sheer to medium coverage with a demi matte finish that looks true to skin, which I totally agree. I want to try the other side with a sponge though. I really want to see, because I feel like this is too dry for my liking. Like I'm not big on like matte, and this, I feel like it kind of reminds me of my NARS semi matte foundation, but not. I have to keep going with it, but anyway, so it says it's a demi matte finish, looks true to skin, features an easy to use glass dropper for customizable application. So we're going to go on the other side. I'm going to be using a damp elf sponge, which my elf sponges I cleaned last night, and I'm so happy because I knew I was going to film tonight. And sorry about this angle. There you go. I'm just going to use that much because honestly, like, it's so lightweight, you guys. I'm going to spray this a little bit more. Damp. And let's go in. It does oxidize, you guys, so even though it looks a little yellow, it is oxidizing and matching well with my skin tone. But I feel like now that I'm going with a sponge, I'm kind of like, it's not making sense. But no, there it goes. It's oxidizing a little bit better. I mean, I feel like it still has like a yellow undertone, as you can see. And if I remember correctly, there aren't that many shades to choose from. So this is definitely a foundation that you would have to customize yourself to get the right shade. But you can also go in with foundations that you already own. Like, you don't have to go and purchase three of these foundations unless you want to. I'm pretty sure I can use whatever foundations I have in my drawer and customize it with that. But this right here, I mean, I feel like I like the sponge side a little bit better, just because I can go in and apply, you know, it's damp and it gives it a little bit more of a hydrating look. But I don't know, I'm gonna apply a little bit more here. I feel like the brush didn't give it too much coverage, So I'm going to go in and touch that up a little bit. Yeah, so it's not terrible. I do like this. I mean, if I am going to compare it to a foundation by the finish, I definitely feel like this is like the NARS, what is it, semi matte, I don't even remember, foundation. I'm gonna get it. So yeah, it kind of reminds me of this one right here. Just affordable, you know. The NARS is a little bit more expensive, but it definitely reminds me of the Soft Matte Complete Foundation, but lighter, okay? Like I said, this is definitely a very light foundation, and I don't mind it. I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to do my forehead because I don't always go in and do my forehead. I just use with whatever is left, but in this case, because of the finish, I want to make sure that everything looks good. Okay, but I'm not mad at it. I kind of do like how, you know, it went from looking more on the yellow side to a little bit more matching to my actual complexion. Alright guys, so now I'm going to move on to concealer and bronzer. I don't have a new concealer, bronzer, or powder, so I'm going to do that real quick and then we'll continue on with everything else. Alright you guys, so I finished applying the rest of my makeup. Now we're going to move on to eyeshadow. But before I do, I need to tell you that I'm annoyed at myself because I had ordered the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer to try out, and I didn't try it out in today's video. It was literally right there because I have everything set up, but for some reason there are days where I'm just like excited to film or just like in the moment, and I kind of like ignore what's there, and not on purpose. So I'm looking at it, but I'm not really looking at it, kind of thing. So yeah, don't worry. This right here and this right here I will be using on the next makeup video, don't you worry. Plus I want to try out the primer with a foundation that I already know and love, so that will be put to the test. Okay, eyeshadow. So I am going to be going in with the Colourpop That's Taupe palette. I love these little mini palettes from Colourpop. I feel like these are perfect for when you are traveling or when you just don't know what eyeshadow look you want to do, or you don't know what to mix or what complements what. This palette right here, or their palettes in general, like all of their little mini palettes, are perfect for just that. They have it all, literally every shade you could think of. They have thought about it and put it into these little mini palettes. So let me show you real quick. This is what the palette looks like. Absolutely beautiful cool tones. Definitely gives me back in the day Naked, Urban Decay Naked palette vibes. You see what I'm saying? Absolutely beautiful. You have 5 mattes and then 4 shimmers. So we're gonna work with this one today. So excited. Alright, so I'm going to be grabbing a blending brush, of course, and I'm gonna be going in with Pebble Beach, I guess, which is this shade here, and I'm gonna be using the JH30. So my eyes are already prepped, and I don't usually go in with like cool tone shadows, but it's nice to have a cool tone palette in your collection for whatever reason, you know. I feel like I've really been into the warm tones, neutrals, that area, you know. But I haven't really done cool tones in a very, very long time. And I was actually cleaning my makeup, going through my drawers and just putting them in different like categories, I guess, or just in a better order of what I use more and what I use less, what are like OGs, things like that. And I did come across the Urban Decay palette, and I was like, oh my god, I remember when I used to love that palette, you know? And I just really haven't done cool tone shadow, like eye looks. And if you really go down the list of videos, and I've done a lot, you don't really see many cool tone videos, so today you are getting that. And I'm kind of excited because it's nice to switch it up sometimes, you know? It kind of brings it back to what, you know, back when, you know? And I want to say that was my first palette, the Urban Decay Naked palette. Oh my god, that takes me back. So yeah, this is what the eyeshadow looks like. They always perform really, really well, you guys. These shadows are amazing. So now I'm just going to be grabbing this brush here. This is the Morphe M433. And I'm going to be going in with Rhythm, which is this shade right here. So grabbing Rhythm and going over that first shade and right into the crease here. This is definitely going to be a little bit more of a smokier look, I can tell already. But usually with cool tones, I feel like it always turns out to be a little bit more on the smokier side. So I feel like that's to be expected, but that's okay. Just do that. I actually really like these two together. Very pretty. I don't know what shade I want to use as the glitter on the eyelid. So we have Slated, Snake Eyes, ooh, Cold Blooded, and Constrictor. So those are the 4 shades right there. I don't know if you guys can see those. There you go. So we have Slated, Snake Eyes, Cold Blooded, and Constrictor. I am feeling like I want to go in with Cold Blooded. It's a little different, so we're gonna go in with that. So grabbing this Morphe and Ariel brush, this is the A29. I'm gonna be going in with Cold Blooded. Okay, and I'm just going to apply that all over the lid here. And sometimes I feel like I may need a little bit of a spray to intensify it, but I'll see in a minute. Really, really pretty. I actually really like this. Look at that. That looks so pretty. I like that. I mean, you could definitely go in and spray the brush and then go and apply it, but I feel like that looks really good. I'm actually going to go in with a little bit of this one, Snake Eye. It has a little bit more of a pinky tone, like a purple pinky tone to it. So I'm going to grab that shade there and apply that right here in between the matte and Cold Blooded. Look at that. I think that looks really pretty. I like that a lot. Okay, so I'm going to go back in with the Morphe M433, and I'm going to go in with a little bit more of Python and just go back in and blend it out right here. Okay, that is done. I love it. Now we're gonna go and do the bottom lash line, and I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Python first. Oh, by the way, this brush is the Morphe M321. Then I'm gonna go in with some Rock and Steady, which is this one here, and ooh, be very careful because these are pressed shadows, so you need to be very careful when you dip your brush in it. And now I'm just going to go over that, just like that. Alrighty, so that is what the eyes look like. So real quick, I'm going to go off camera, apply some lashes, finish everything off, and then I'll be back. So see you in a minute. Alright, you guys, so this is the completed look right here. I took it back today with the lipstick. This is the MAC Blankety lipstick, and you guys, this looks so good with the eyes. Oh my god. It is definitely taking me back right now. Absolutely love the way everything turned out. I mentioned earlier that I don't usually go in with cool toned shadows, but I don't know, I may change my mind. I may start doing these looks a little bit more often, and absolutely love everything. The one thing that I want to say is that at first, the NYX Total Control foundation, I wasn't liking it that much, but I feel like it definitely oxidized because at first it looked more yellow, as you guys saw, and then now it just looks beautiful. It matches me perfectly. Honestly, I feel like this is going to be one of my go-to foundations. I really love this. Didn't think I would as much as I do right now. It reminds me of the NARS Soft Matte. So this is literally a dupe for the NARS, just more affordable. And it's super duper lightweight, you guys. Like, it just, and I feel like it blends out better and just looks better on the skin with a sponge versus a brush. That's just my opinion. That's how I would do it. Definitely one thing I recommend with this is definitely make sure your skin is super hydrated. If you have dry skin, dry patches, make sure that the base is super hydrated. So I went in with my what is it called, the Embryolisse, and I could have gone with an additional moisturizer and then the primer, whatever it is, but that's because my skin is super dry. But yeah, that's that. As for the brow pencil, where are you, brow pencil? There it is. So I absolutely love this. I feel like it is very nice and precise. I love the shade. I feel like you have to be very gentle with how, you know, the strokes and everything, and how much you put, how much pressure you put. There you go, that's the word. How much pressure you apply when going in with this, because you can definitely have these super duper dark and intense and like in your face, and that's not really what you want. I mean, that's, unless that's your preference, but that's not the look I'm going for. So I feel like for the first time using it, it's pretty good. I like it a lot, actually, so I'm really happy with that. And yeah, that is pretty much it. The palette, of course, you guys know, I already said it, I love it, and just the whole makeup look together, I think it looks beautiful. So it was my mistake that I didn't use the primer and the spoolie that I got, but don't worry, I got you guys. Stick around for the next makeup video, and I will definitely be using those products in that video to share with you guys. But that is pretty much it. And also, oh my god, I am so bad today. I also have the Morphe lip liner as well, which I'll use in the next video. So that's not new to me, but I'll share it with you guys. I don't think I really have used that in a video. So yeah, that is pretty much it, you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.